Hey, welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to walk through Prospeo and their new lead database, and I'm going to share some of the reasons why I think that Prospeo is now one of the most value for money lead databases that you can get access to. I'm not going to throw shade at some of the other databases, but I'm going to talk through the reasons why I think Prospeo does win, especially for value for money. Now, I'm going to go through the different filters. I'm going to talk through a few different use cases, and then I'm going to touch upon the pricing just at the end. So Prospeo, from previous videos of mine, you may remember that it was typically an email finder and email verifier, a very good one at that. But that was the limitation to the platform. But they've recently released a lead database with 280 million, I think, records across companies and people. And they've got some filters in here that I haven't really seen in many of the other self-serve databases. And then for some of the larger databases, they are locked behind some of the more expensive plans. So again, in terms of value for money, I think Prospeo is one of the best out there. So first of all, I'm going to go through the company filters. You'll see that this looks quite familiar to other databases that you might have used before. You've got things like company, location, employee headcount. But what I like about the filters specifically here is that for company, I can actually include and exclude companies of previous lists that I've built in Prospeo, or I can upload a list or paste in a list of companies. I'm going to share me walking through that in a few moments' time. But when I come down to employee headcount, usually most filters only allow you to do a predefined range of 1 to 10, 21 to 50, but you might want to find 30 to 300, for example. So I can actually do that here with a custom range. So that is one great little use case and little filter that you can use in Prospeo. A couple of the others that are standard are industry and keyword. But again, rather than just the keyword, we can search for NAICS or SIC codes as well. Buy-in intent is another feature which is available in the plans I'll share with you. I think the lowest plan allows you for 3 different intent topics. I haven't set mine up yet. I will go through that a little bit later in the video. We've got revenue, and I believe funding is coming soon. Technology, which is integrated with Whopalizer, a video I recorded about Whopalizer about 4 years ago. It's still one of the best tools out there for surfacing the technographic information. But this is where it starts to get interesting. So we've got headcount growth, so I can search for percentage and the time frame as well. And I can even pick. So sometimes I might want to look for company as a whole. Other times I might want to look for specifically the marketing department or the HR department or legal, for example. Company attributes, again, a really unique filter, which I don't think I have seen in any other database that I've looked at recently, is looking to see whether the company offers a demo or if they offer a free trial. Is it downloadable? Does it have a mobile app? Are there online reviews? And does it have public pricing? So again, really, really specific data. Free trial, you might be selling a user onboarding software or services around user onboarding. So knowing if they have a free trial is really useful. If they have a demo, they likely have sales reps who are given those demos and then closing those deals. So if you're selling sales training and coaching and development or some tools to support with that demo process, then you can use this filter. So really, really great filter here for company attributes. Then we've got job postings. So are they currently hiring? And you can put in the job titles, and then also how many active job postings. So for one of my clients, it's really useful to know if they're hiring in marketing. For another client, it's really useful to know if they're hiring management across the whole company. So I can use Prospeo for both those different use cases of those clients there as well. Headcount by department. Again, this is often a filter which is locked on some of the more expensive plans in other databases. So being able to see that they have more than 10 people in their marketing team, more than 20 people in HR is great to be able to do that from a company point of view. And then lastly, company email provider. As deliverability has become more challenging, we want to make sure that we are matching the mailboxes that we're sending from to the recipient. So if I've got a bunch of Gmail accounts and a bunch of Microsoft Outlook accounts, then I can actually now start to filter to see which companies are using Microsoft over Google. Proofpoint, Mimecast, other typically are cybersecurity or filters to stop cold emails going through. So I might decide that for Proofpoint companies, I am just going to enroll them in a LinkedIn campaign. But all of this can be built using the company filters here as well. As I mentioned, I'll come back to intent. I just want to switch over to the people search now as well. So people search, again, very typical of what you would see. You've got person name, company. Again, you can bulk include or exclude companies. We've got job titles, and we can exactly match the job titles as well. Location, what I like about this is it the location of the individual or is it the location of the company headquarters? Contact details. So again, I haven't seen this feature in many other tools, but now I can search or only ask the search results to show me verified email addresses. So if I just click on here, we can see that they've got 75 million verified email addresses, and then also verified mobile numbers as well. So this is if I want to find people who either have a verified email or mobile, or I can switch to and then only find companies or people, that have both a verified email and phone number. And then hide people with details already revealed. That is usually if I've been building lists over a period of time, then I'm not surfacing the same people that I've already searched and most likely exported or pushed into my sales engagement platform. Duplicate control, again, great for using this on an ongoing basis when you are looking to build a list of net new leads. Then we've got employee headcount, which again is typical of the company that they work at, industry. Buying intent, I'll come back to. Job change is a really great feature. So I want to see if somebody has changed jobs in the last 90 days. And then also we've got information like funding, technologies, select per company. So this is the max amount of people I want to find per company. So if I'm reaching out to enterprise organizations, I might change this to 10 people per company. Total years of experience and time in current role and time at current company. These are amazing filters. I actually use this filter for a client of mine. They're hiring in their sales team. They're looking to bring in a relatively junior sales development rep. So we looked at companies that served a very similar audience to them. And then we searched for SDRs who work for those companies. So they're used to selling to the same buyers that are between 6 to 18 months worth of experience in that current role. That means that that my client can reach out to potential candidates for the role, and they're not going to have to train them from scratch, and they have an understanding and context of the market or the personas that they sell into. Then we've got, again, headcount growth, the same filters as before. But I think really being able to access time in current company, time in current role, total years of experience is amazing. I haven't seen many of these filters in many other tools, especially at the price point that we can access them. So let's just flick into some detail view. So let's just say I've built a list. Here's one I've prepared earlier, keeping it very broad. I've got CMOs in the United Kingdom that have raised funding in the last 180 days. And as you can see here, I've got 20. So I started off broad and I narrowed it down to the funding. If I was to remove this funding, it's going to have a lot more people. So if I click into the results, I can see on the right hand side here, I have a pane that comes out and it gives me information about Sarah. So I can find out that she's the CMO, she's based in London. I can find her contact details. I'm not going to reveal these right now, but it costs 1 credit for email, 10 credits for mobile phones. And what's great about the data in Prospeo is that it refreshes on a weekly basis, which can be often an issue with either static databases that you purchase one time or other database providers where the data is out of date. Got her work history here. I can always show more. And then if I scroll down, I can also see information about the current company as well. So in one view, if I'm prospecting to Sarah, I can see information about her company as well as her personal career history too. What I also like here is that it gives me some of the information such as revenue, the industry, the keywords, technologies, funding rounds. And I can see this is why they're showing up in the search results here, because in the last 180 days, so back in October, they had a corporate round, and I can click on this and view the actual source of information on Crunchbase. So really great to be able to see this data in one place. You can also, when you go to export the data, you can select all of these fields, and that's what I did in that scenario where I exported a list of sales development reps, and then I made sure that I sorted the list by months in the current role. So that's what it looks like from a search results. And then you might be asking, well, what do we do with that information? So we can, of course, save the people. So let's say select all people, apply, and I can either add them to a list, and this will be my save searches that I have here, or I can create a new list, or I can push to my CRMs like Salesforce or HubSpot. Most of my clients either use Salesforce or HubSpot. I've got cold outreach software, so I've got Outreach and SalesLoft, so the more enterprise outreach software, and then Smart Lead, Lemlist, and Instantly, which is not to say it's not enterprise, but companies use Smart Lead, Lemlist, Instantly. One of my clients uses Outreach for their Outbound, and their Salesforce is their CRM. And then you've got recent additions to it, which is Zapier and Clay. So I could push these leads into Clay, and I might want to perform additional enrichment on the data. I might want to do some AI research using Claygen or using the plugin to the OpenAI API key. So that's what it looks like. It's really simple to use. It's very easy to see the data. I love some of the features, some of the filters, which I haven't seen in many other platforms as well. Now, let me just show you how to add a list of companies. So let's go to a company search. And I prepared earlier, I went to ChatGPT and 20 London-based fintech companies with 50 to 500 employees, and then give me their domains, comma, separated. So if I go back here, or is it here? I can go company, search companies, bulk include, and I can paste a list of companies. So I'm just going to paste them in here, click next, and it's going to now add this. Now it won't always find them all, but I've got 20 identified, so that's good. So I'm going to include these companies. And now I'm only looking at the companies here. So I'm looking for people within these companies. Now, let's say I want to look at Modular and I want to view the employees. I can simply click the button here where it says there's 418 employees in total and 353 on Prospeo. So I can click that. It's going to replace this search. So this might be one if I'm doing more account-based outbound, or I'm going deep looking for the different decision makers. Perhaps I'm trying to multi-thread my prospecting or deals. And now I can see the people that only work at Modular, and they're all here. Of course, no database ever has 100% coverage of every employee. But if you're selling into HR, finance, legal, sales, marketing, procurement, most of these people will have LinkedIn profiles, which is where the majority of databases get their data from originally. And then, of course, they do magic and add some additional information to it. So now I've gone from one company and I can see all of the people. I can now filter this. Maybe I just want to find people who are in the, who are marketing. So let's go to job title. And now I'm searching for departments, and I'm just going to type in marketing. I can go deeper on these, so I can see all these different ones. Maybe I'm just trying to sell something related to content marketing, so I could just select content, but I just want all of the marketers here. And now I can see that I've got all marketing contacts at Modular, or all marketing contacts at Modular that have a LinkedIn profile. So that's how you go from a list of companies and then to search for all employees at a company and then filter down. Now, of course, if I look at the location here, the majority of these are in London. Maybe I'm organising an event for marketing people in fintech, and I can filter to London if I want to. And this is where it's really useful to have the people location rather than the company HQ. So let's go London, United Kingdom, and we can see that we've got the people who are based in London. So I can invite these people to that made up event I was talking about. The last thing I want to show is that the pricing and the credits. So if I just go to my dashboard, I mentioned before that I built a list for a client and I found 717 records, of which 417 had verified emails. So I only was charged 417 credits. So that's what I spent. However, I got the record count of over 700 candidates. So 300 potential prospects I was able to export, and the majority of them had a LinkedIn profile. So I could run a LinkedIn only campaign to those that I don't have an email for. And then I can run an email campaign to just the email people with verified email, or I could put them into an email and LinkedIn campaign. And of course, phone is an option too. In this use case, we're just reaching out to people to see if they'd be interested in joining the company. So we're not doing a cold call campaign here as well. So really good to know that you can get more contacts than you actually spend credits on. And as I mentioned, it's 1 credit for a email, verified email, and then 10 credits for a mobile number. If I go to pricing, so why am I talking about this for almost 15 minutes? Well, as I said, to get this level of filters in a database, you usually have to pay a lot more. And what I like about it is that you get the majority of the advanced filters at $49 a month. I think after the launch pricing, which ends in a month, it will go up to $59, which is still incredibly affordable, especially when the data is being refreshed on an ongoing basis. If you look at the growth plan, you then start to be able to track more intent topics. You unlock the integrations with HubSpot and Salesforce, and then you can start to see job change tracking, which I didn't show you today, but I will record a video in the future. And then the main difference between Growth and Pro is the amount of credits, really. Still, if you've got a sizable team, and you need the volume, then $249 per month still isn't that much compared to, again, some of the other providers out there as well. So if you're looking for a affordable lead database with quality data and incredible filters that you often can't find elsewhere, I definitely recommend that you check out Prospeo. Cheers.